I am talking to the magical Pars Sundstrom from the mighty band SABATON, and we're about to have a 30-minute chat about all things amazing. I think from following them for years. I'm looking forward to this. So, Pa, how are you?
I'm good. Last day home before I head off to the US, so I have a shitload of things to do today, and yeah,
You
I'm.
fit us in. I appreciate it. Okay, before I start, I've seen the trailer. How did you order this life for yourself? It looks quite amazing, and I think heaven's going to be a bit of a disappointment when you get up there.
Uh, well, I don't know.
It's
I think.
amazing. It's just when you look at all the activity and the the crowds and the events and all that sort of stuff, and you're turning up to them as the stars. I mean, it must be an amazing experience.
Yeah, well, I think we are having a exciting time. The band is doing really well, and things are exciting for the band.
They are. They definitely are. Had the band all those years ago? Maybe just for some, if there's any new people here that are going to listen, how'd the band come together? Where did it all begin?
Oh,
Too hard?
oh my God. Well, it's nothing so strange. I mean, we were just some guys hanging out, and we decided to have a band, and it's now 25 years ago. So a lot of things have happened over those years. I just did an interview for our own magazine, which we are doing, and well, that interview. The second part of it was now 12 hours, and the first one was another 12 hours, just talking about the band's 25 years history. So there's a lot to it, and we've been going through a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. So quadruple platinum sales, headlining major festivals, arena concerts. Just too many headlines, highlights to sort of list, as you're aware, as you've probably been discussing it. What's your view of it all? Like when you think about the cosmic sort of view of you looking back rather than all the descriptions of the music stuff, how do you see that experience the last 25 years? If you were describing it in a brief way.
Oh, well,
Can't.
it's difficult, you're asking these questions that
Well,
takes a year to answer, but yeah, well, what to say? It's been a great, and shit, and, but all in all, I'm super happy about everything that has happened to us, overall. Yeah. Brief overview. How to say? I don't know.
No, you can't. You can't. I'm just thinking, it's like it must be hard to. It must be like we all go through our heads and live in our heads, etc. And you go through so many different situations, and over the course of time, you become more conscious because all these things that were amazing become more normal, and you start to look at them from a different perspective. So, your view, that 12-hour interview would probably be a pretty good interview to listen to because all those experiences would be summed up pretty well. So maybe I should go off and have a look at the magazine.
Maybe, yes. That's also one. I mean, we've done so much over the years, and if you compare Sabaton to a lot of other bands, I think that you will find a lot of things in there which other bands never have done. And I mean, we put out like this. We last year we did just a tiny little parenthesis in the 25 years is that we did the collaboration with museums all over the world showing our movie as a charity project. That's just a little parenthesis, but then also we run what is now one of the biggest magazines that is still printed in the whole world. It's ours. We are doing that for free, and we run that. We control everything. I mean, a lot of bands, they have signed away their rights for publishing or whatever. Sabaton owns all the rights to everything. We own our rights to this. We do our own management. We have for 13 years we ran the Sabaton Open Air Festival, which was the second biggest rock festival in Sweden. We have the Sabaton Cruise, which I think is one of the longest running cruises of a like this kind of thing, and so we do loads of stuff. We also have operate our own warehouse, our own mail order, which is quite unusual when you see to how big that is. So we do things differently, and that has led us to a lot of the variations of things in life, I think.
How do you think that originated? Because you say it is quite different when you hear a lot of other bands and what they've done and signed away, etc. Did that come from like one driving force, or the whole band sort of, you evolved in this sort of fashion?
No, we didn't do it with the whole band. So since pretty much since the beginning, I've been the band's manager, and I've been involved in everything. And both me and the singer, who was the original band members, we are very hands-on with things. We've always been that. We always wanted to be involved in everything that was concerning the band. And over the years, we had to learn various skills and other things in order to make this happen. And from the beginning, it was only thing you needed to be in a band was to be able to play your instrument. But as time passes, there are more and more and more and more things that you need to pick up, and I think we learned quite a few things.
For any new people, how would you describe your sound?
How to describe the sound? I don't like describing ourselves like that. I think, some people say SABATON sounds like a lot of bands, but there's no band that sounds like SABATON. I think it describes it quite a lot. So, having our roots in traditional heavy metal, but with a singer that has some kind of rough, but still very melodic voice, something like that, full of epic choirs that originates from our singer learning how to play the church organ and how to arrange the chords according to that. So from that, we have created this kind of sound that we have had for now over 2 decades, and it's become very signature with us, and I'm proud that we have a unique sound.
Has it changed much over all the albums?
No, I'm quite happy that SABATON didn't really need to follow any trends. We were out of fashion when we started the band. We're still out of fashion, but we do our own sound, and we have never been bothered about any trends. I think we pretty much found our sound after the first few years when we had the demo for Prima Victoria recorded. We were already there. Okay, we have over the years we've perfected the sound wise, but not really we have perfected production wise, let's say, or sound quality wise, but we're still sound the same. So while other bands have evolved and changed maybe over the years, we haven't really done that. So we've just been a little bit better at doing what we do.
Did the following come quickly? Like, has it always been there, or did it take a while to generate?
No, I mean, I think we knew where we aimed at, and we found it pretty quickly, and then we have just perfected it over the years.
Okay. Normally we're talking about some new music, an EP, an album. But today we're talking about a movie, the Tour to End All Tours. Can you describe its origin and sort of its evolution?
This is a live concert that we recorded during our last big European tour. We thought that we built a pretty damn cool tour, and we would like to share it with the people who couldn't attend to the tour. So we decided to record it. And together with some partners, we tried to get it on distribution, and we worked pretty hard. And now we have, as you and me speak, we have 750, I think, cinemas aboard, but it's going to be a bunch more that's going to be announced in a couple of days. So what is quite unique with it is that we didn't sign this off to a big distribution company. We have been doing this very independent, country to country, and finding new partners in each territory, and being super involved in all the local marketing and other things. So I'm super proud of what we were doing when we were on tour, and I was involved in everything in the editing as well, and I think it looks and sounds fantastic, and people who go to the cinemas, they will definitely have a good experience here.
How long? How long's the movie?
The movie is well, it's what we do on tour. It's 100 minutes, a little bit more than 100 minutes. It's what we did on tour.
And how much of that's performance?
The full.
The whole lot. So it's a tour, okay. Any highlights without giving anything away? Save people going to the toilet at the wrong time?
I think the show was pretty good the whole way, but since we were that was the tour for the album, the War to End All Wars, and which was the second album of the First World War that we were covering, and we built a special set that during the middle of it we switched to a full World War I part of the show. I think this was some of my favorite moments for sure, and yeah, there are some very emotional moments in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Normally you'd be touring a new album. Are you doing a press tour, or you're heading out to check out some premieres or anything like that, or you're just sitting back and letting it all happen?
No, we are going to America now, and we're gonna be there when the movie premieres, and we will go to join a premiere there.
Ah, why not Sweden?
Because we're gonna be in America.
No, I mean, why didn't you premiere it in Sweden?
It's too far for logistic reasons. I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't do a premiere too far, and so instead we're gonna be in America, so that's where we have to be for the premiere.
Back to the music. What have you got? Have you got any new music coming out?
Well, we're working on new music, and it will come out when
It's ready.
when it's ready.
Later in the year or next year now?
Can't say.
All right. So when it's
Can't
ready.
say now. When it's ready, and we are ready for revealing that.
Normally I ask some, pretty banal questions of people, but I'm a bit scared to ask you any of those questions because it looks like you might, rip my head off or something like that. No?
No, I'm quite friendly.
Can
Don't
I
worry.
ask you some stupid questions?
Yeah.
Just to find out, I think sometimes when people listen to interviews, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff. They can follow your music and your fans and all that sort of stuff. And, it's all impressive, etc. Sometimes, especially at this stage, after 25 years, they might want to learn, and some of these stupid questions just give them a bit more insight into you. So I'll go ahead and see. And we're far enough away that I think I'll be okay if you get upset. You won't get upset. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Oof. No idea.
You must have had over all of this. It's been a massive job, obviously. So there must have been something crazy in there.
Yeah, there's a lot, and it's very difficult to come up with something when being asked like that. My head is normally spinning around with a million thoughts and ideas, and if I'm not prepared for something, I can't get my.
What's one topic? What's one topic you can talk about for hours?
The concert movie. No, yeah. I don't know what would be a crazy thing I've done. I don't know that.
That's all right. What's the thing you like most about yourself?
About myself. What I like about myself. I probably like being myself. I think I'm in a good position. That's probably what I like most about myself.
You
To
married?
be myself.
You married?
Yeah, I am.
Children?
I don't talk about the private things
No.
like
I
that.
was just thinking, just not so much about them, but more about the, we all have different insights into what we do. Doing is one aspect of our life, being's the other part about, how we try and influence the world. So you were in a big position of influence, obviously, because a lot of people follow you and a lot of people love what you do, and that gives you an ability to be able to influence people in a...
Yeah, but I don't agree with that. I mean, I hate the idea of being able to influence people, because I think people should think for themselves. So if my influence should go to other people, it should go that they should just make up their own mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that the artist who uses their position to tell other people how to live their lives is sort of abuse of power.
Okay, that's fair enough. I accept that. Can I ask you a few favourites? Can you answer some favourites? Favourite album?
Oh, that would probably could be Streets by SABATON.
Favourite artist?
Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, they were just out here. Favourite movie?
Favorite movie? Movie. I have to add that I haven't seen a movie in a couple of years, but because I don't really watch movies. But I saw some good ones in the past. Sure. What is a good movie then? Hard to say. I don't watch movies or TV series.
You don't. What do you do?
No.
What do you do? What do you do for, doing something different to music?
Well, if I want to sit in the sofa and relax, I play video games a little bit. But other than that, I'd rather spend the time with friends and and be working. But favorite movie, I don't know. If I say maybe, I don't know. Then I say Terminator.
Terminator's a good one. Favorite place to visit?
Favorite place to visit? Wow. I don't know. I like Prague in Czech Republic.
We couldn't get in there when I was there in the 80s. I couldn't get in there. Favorite venue to play?
Favorite venue to play. So, well, I can't remember a name of a specific venue, but I like when there are theaters of around 1,500 people that you feel and see everybody in the whole venue. This is the style I like most, and there are plenty of them.
Well,
and usually I like them in warm southern countries in Southeast Europe, where people are extremely wild and crazy and this. So I would like that. Not a seated theater for obvious reasons, but a standing theater, preferably with some balconies where people are hanging all over the place, and it's very loud and sweaty, and this is what I love.
I think there are a few more than 1,500 people at the venues in your trailer.
Yeah, there's a lot more, and of course I love playing the big arenas for myself as a ego, and for the experience of that, and for being able to deliver a show that I really want. Because when we're standing in an arena of 1,500, then obviously we cannot do this kind of show.
No.
So, but you have this vibe. So in the concert movie, 16,000 people in the audience, and that's you cannot even see corners of the arena, even when we put all the lights on. So you never know if there are some people in there who may be sitting and playing games on their mobile phones or whatever because they are bored. I hope that they are not, but I cannot know for sure, and there's always some uncertainty. It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like there's too many bored people in that place.
Yeah, but when you have a 1,500 cap venue, you see and feel everyone in there, and I like that vibe.
Favorite food?
Then I have to say Swedish tacos.
Swedish? How do Swedish tacos vary from Mexican tacos?
I think there's just more sauces and veggies on them.
Favorite drink?
Gin tonic.
Gin and tonic. Do you have a favorite person in history? Now, some people choose history. Some people choose their dad or their grandpa. Everyone choose. Some people choose me. No, they don't. Not many people choose me.
Favorite person in history. Well, I've been going through a couple of interesting figures lately.
Yeah, you can have
but I don't know if they are really like favorite like that. going backwards in time, a lot of the historic characters that we sing about and stuff like that, a lot of them were also not that nice.
But you've also, because of the World War One stuff and all that, you must have come across a stack of history that was
Yes.
very amazing. I've been doing your press for a few years now, and I've always been impressed with the fact that it was unique. It wasn't just 10 songs, new album, and a tour, 10 songs, new album, and a tour, 10 songs, new album, and a tour, that sort of situation. And it was always interesting. So you were always pushing some sort of an edge. And that particular item was almost responsible, because you were learning something about something that we probably should know a lot more about in our history, because it was a pretty devastating time.
Yes, of course. The topics of Sabaton are quite heavy, and within there are glimpses of some positivity, but the overall aspect of war is horrible, of course. But I'm not sure I can say, because looking back to a lot of those, most of them were maybe not that good. So, but yeah, I don't know. Favorite character.
How do you come across the subjects? Like everyone's unique, but they're very, well crafted, well thought out, and well presented, and all that sort of stuff. Is that again driven by you predominantly, or is there?
Yeah, but doing this for 20 something years, we stumble across it all the time, and so when we travel, we get invitations to people, we get to hear their stories, we get books. Yes. And on a daily basis, I get several emails sent in from all over the world, like, here's a story, here's a story, here's a story. And so I stumble upon a lot, to be honest. And then we also go and seek out some stuff. So, yeah, I said I don't watch movies and I don't watch series, but I do watch a load of documentaries.
Yes.
And so historical documentaries I've watched quite a lot. Those are interesting.
You meditate?
What?
You meditate?
No, I don't meditate.
It'd be hard. You've got a lot going on there. I mean, it must be hard to keep it all sort of. It must be a wild life. Favorite? Do you have tattoos?
Yeah, I have some tattoos.
You got a favorite?
Yeah, I would have the favorite one. So every band member has a Van Halen tattoo. We made a bet with our drummer, and. Yeah, so we all made a Van Halen tattoo.
But why?
The story is quite. It goes pretty long, but the beginning of it was one night at the tour bus when we were sitting and saying, well, our drummer and guitar player was sitting and listening to Van Halen and saying that Van Halen is so damn good, we need to get a Van Halen tattoo, and they agreed on it. And then the guitar player did not really want to have a Van Halen tattoo, and then the drummer was constantly pushing him, and in the end I thought it was pretty funny, so we made a counter bet with the drummer where I said, well, if I get one, then you're screwed. And he was like, you will never get it. And then everybody in the band got one when he was somewhere else. And then he came back and we all had a Van Halen tattoo, and he panicked, and then he was like, now I have to get one. And it turned out that our guitar player had to tattoo him.
Not in any visible place, obviously.
Well, everybody's got them at different places.
Yeah, no, that's well, having lived through the origins of Van Halen in my youth, that's a pretty good, be a reasonable tattoo.
Yeah.
I've also just before I've been to Sweden, Stockholm's Sweden, isn't it? Stockholm's in Sweden, yeah? I was in Stockholm in the mid-'80s, and I came out of a hotel about to go and get some laundry done, and I noticed that the business ladies were suntanning their bare chests. And I thought, well, that's something we don't do over here in the West. So I thought that was a pretty good.
Well, you have the sun, so.
Oh, you have the sun, so you use it. Listen, I think that's about it. I'm really happy to have spoken to you. I think I'm going to have to go and check out the 12-hour item and pick up the magazine. Even though you don't want to influence, it's inevitable, obviously, because you've done a lot of stuff and you get a lot of people walking along and all that sort of gear. So thanks for the memory, so to speak, and all the best with the movie and all the best with the next 25 years. I'm sure that
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll all look forward to seeing more unique stuff.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And
thank you.
Have a great trip to the States.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.